I feel like I'm too overwhelmed with all of my goals. Woo! Have you ever felt like that? Have you ever said that? Yeah, man, I know I have. Until I learned what I'm about to share with you today, I was overwhelmed and stressed out a lot. What is up, Underdog fam? My name is Zach. Welcome back to another video, and if this is your first time here and you want the best tips to dominate life as an underdog and to win, make sure you hit the subscribe button, tap the bell notifications. That way you don't miss anything, and we are getting started right now.
Yeah, we some go-getters.
We're getting started right now.
We some go-getters.
Alright, so before we get into the meat and potatoes of this, there's one key thing that you have to have in place in order for these other tips to work. Alright, so the first thing is, if you're feeling overwhelmed and stuff and you don't have a strong why in place, and I'm about to explain what that is here in a second, if you don't have that in place, you're going to give up, you're going to quit, and you're not going to make it through. You're not going to push through any resistance in life. The key thing to have in any goal achievement is a strong reason or reasons why you're doing it in the first place. Because when you have those strong reasons why in place, it's not like you're trying to drag through and make it happen. You're getting pulled through. It's like you have to do it. It becomes a must, not a want. So have a strong reason why. Like for me, it's my why started off with I got locked back up and went to prison and missed my children being born. So my why started off is I don't care what I have to do. I'm going to get back home and become a responsible father and happy and successful. Didn't know how I was going to do it, but I knew the reason why. I didn't know how, but I knew why, and that's what drove me. Since then, my why has expanded to, my legacy is everything. I mean, money drives me as a motivator, and I want to live a certain lifestyle and be able to go on vacations and live lavishly. Like, that's cool and all, and it really is cool, and it does motivate me, but it's nowhere near close to top motivators in my life. The number one motivators for me, my why, is my legacy. Like, what are my kids going to say about me when I'm dead? What are people that knew me are going to say about me? My wife, my friends, people that I touched through my business. That, for me, creating something that lives on after I'm dead, that motivates me more than anything. That's my why. Figure out what your why is, what's going to drive you through those times that it feels like there's no way to get through. Now we can get into the other tips, to the meat and potatoes of this. So I get this with all of my clients, most of them, like the majority of them, they all come to me at one point or another and they're like, I feel overwhelmed. Even my friends, even people I talk to, like a lot of people are like, man, I just feel so overwhelmed. I got so much going on, I don't know what to do. And my question in this case is, are you breaking your goals down? First off, are you even writing your goals down? A lot of people don't do that. But first off, are you writing your goals down? Then are you breaking that goal down all the way to the very next step? And if you're not breaking goals down, like, you got to take your goal, like, we'll have like a crazy, massive, big goal, which is awesome to do. And I set those all the time. But you got to break it all the way down to the very next step. Like, all the way down. And if you still feel overwhelmed after that, that means you haven't broken it down farther enough yet. If you can break it all the way down to the very next step, then you know what you can do right now that's going to bring you one step closer. And that way you could just keep on focusing on the next step, next step, next step. And before you know it, you're going to make it. So you have to take it and break it all the way down, all the way to the very next step. Now, another thing that I get when a lot of people are overwhelmed is that they got their goals broken down to the very next step, but they have different goals in different areas of their lives. Like, they have like 3 different types of business goals that they want to hit, and they got 2 relationship goals that they want to hit, and they got 2 physical goals. Like, they have different goals in all areas, and they're like, well, I don't know where to start. I don't have enough time to do all this stuff, and they feel overwhelmed like that. And so in those specific cases, like, there's a couple of different things that you could do here that are going to make all that eliminated. So one is set goals weekly. So I set yearly goals of what I want to do in the year, but I don't even do monthly goals or quarterly goals no more, which they're awesome and they work for people. But for me, I found what works for me is this weekly and daily goals based off of my yearly goals. And my yearly goals are based off of like my long-term goals. So anyways, weekly goals, when you have those in place, you can schedule out throughout the week how to, like today on Monday, I'm gonna work on my relationship goal and my business goal. Then today on Tuesday, I'm gonna work on my other business goal and my adventure goal. You know, like you could schedule these out so you got that kind of balance throughout the week. And then daily goals, each day you could focus on getting the closer to each one, because it's hard to get all those goals in on one day. Now, also, once you have all that scheduled out through the week, look at it and use the 80-20 rule. And what I mean by that is, what is the 20% of the activity that are going to bring the 80% of the returns? Because we can have everything jam-packed in our schedule and be busy, but we can also be unproductive at the same time, and most people do that. The key is to be productive, not busy. You know, you can be busy and productive, which is good and you get a lot done, but focus on those key things that are going to give you the greatest return, and focus on those. And then also give yourself shorter deadlines. The Parkinson rule: when you have longer periods to get stuff done, you procrastinate to the last minute. It's just human nature. A lot of us do that. But if you give yourself shorter deadline and say, all right, I have to get this done by then, you're going to get that done. Like I remember in school when I used to, for the little part of school that I did stay in, I used to get like a homework assignment, and it'd be like for like a few weeks out, and I didn't even touch that thing until like the night before and stay up with bloodshot eyes trying to do it and stuff, you know? Like, give yourself shorter deadlines so you can knock it out now and be more effective. If you enjoyed this video and you want to watch more videos that are going to help you dominate as an underdog, make sure you check out this playlist right there. And guys, I just launched my podcast about 4 or 5 weeks ago. It's already ranked the top 200 podcasts in the world on iTunes for self-help, which is incredible. It's called Underdog Empowerment. I'm going to link it up in the description below for iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. We're working on getting it in other directories, but we're doing some incredible things on the show, guys. If you like listening to podcasts, definitely check it out. I'm interviewing like some guys that are huge influencers that I've learned so much from but could never get in the door, but I'm finally getting in the door with them now, and I'm doing everything that in my power to extract every little piece of valuable information that an underdog entrepreneur can take right now and apply to their life to make it happen. So if you want to check that out, I'm gonna link it up in the description below. I appreciate you guys jumping on here consistently to this channel, making this a great place to grow as an underdog. If you have anything that you'd like me to cover in the future, please let me know in the comments below. I want to serve you guys. That's what this whole purpose is for. So let me know in the comments below, and we will make that happen. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next time.
Yeah, we some go-getters.
We're getting started right now.
We some go-getters.